Oh, shoot. Oh, man. Ladies and gents, welcome to Trade Nothing. It's 2024, and it's been a really long time since I've had players play this map. So here's the deal. They start off with a bunch of trade carts and their king. There's no trees. There's no stone. There is no gold. There are no resources on the map. The only thing here is there is trade. Now, I'm realizing there's no villagers. So in order to get vills, what do they do? Do they have to delete trade? Like, Orange is pop capped at the moment. I'm not actually certain how one player has a villager. I believe they actually have to delete their trade carts to get villagers. All right, listen. No laughter. This is serious business, all right? We're not here for fun. We are here for business. Let's introduce the players who are going to have to figure this out. Actually, before we do that, I should point out that every corner has a market, and this is an indestructible market. So you do not need to trade to other people if you do not wish to. You can always trade to Gaia, as we call it, okay? So in the north of the map, we have Ludendorff. Ludendorff playing as the Ethiopians. In the green, we have Mchill37. Mchill playing as the Teutons. In the purple, we have JJ23 playing as the Vikings. In the yellow, we have Maesty James playing as the Slavs. In the blue, we have Schlumpf playing as the Armenians. In the teal, we have Leckerfietzen playing as the Celts. In the orange, we have the Imperishable playing as the Japanese. And then we have Maj in the gray playing as the Romans. Okay, so those are our 8 players. Now, this is just weird. I mean, the fact they had to delete trade is kind of funny, but also kind of depressing for them. And so you got to think about how are they supposed to manage this? So they can't get food income unless they trade, get gold income, and then buy wood. Okay? Now, I have this disabled right now, but I'm going to turn it on, and you can see players are going to be buying and selling resources like crazy. They're in Dark Age now, but eventually they can make it to Feudal and then Castle, and then they can make more markets and they can trade more. But I want predictions now. I want a prediction from my Twitch chat. And YouTube, if you want to go at it without spoiling yourself, go for it. Tell me, what do you think the cost of wood is going to be at the end of this game? Okay, give me a number. How much gold would one have to spend to buy 100 wood? Because already those prices are going to be going up ever so slowly, and it should be pretty insane over time. So we had someone say 69,420. Yes. Someone says 9,000. Someone says 3,000. Very different guesses. Good to know. Anyways, I'm gonna remove the market events because I really don't need to see that flying on the screen all the time. But yeah, the big thing is the markets cannot be destroyed. Now, I say that because we are playing this with Regicide and Exploding Kings. It is possible, I've been told, that an Exploding King could kill the Gaia markets. So that could be a little bit of a plot twist, okay? Lagerfeetson reaches out to Maj and says, hey, Maj, let's be friends. And then says, let's do it in English for T90 to understand. Yes. And I guess they've got a little Dutch connection here. So that's good. So yeah, the map is Trade Nothing. That's what we're working with. And I imagine certain bonuses are going to feel really nice right now. Like the Teuton bonus of having cheap farms is crazy for this map because you save so much wood. I don't know. It's been so long since I've done this. I don't even know what to show you guys. I guess we just have the trade up the whole time. I think Orange deleted way too many trade carts. Is down to 4. You can't make new trade carts until you're in Feudal. Maesty is by far the most experienced player, just like the highest skilled player in this game. So Maesty gonna be interesting. And Masty wants to be friends with everybody and is in love with Dino dancing. So you kind of know the drill there. But Masty, gonna be in feudal, and like when you're in feudal, sorry, just opening my drink here, but when you're in feudal, you can get caravan. So, or shoot, is that a Castle Age tech? I think it's a feudal age tech, but no one gets it in feudal age. So it might be worth it to spend, if you can get the food, to spend the food and the gold on getting caravan. Oh, it's a Castle Age deck. Never mind. My bad. I got it wrong. So it's like one of those things I just never get until Imp, so I just always forget it. So I have a way to check market rates, and I just have to click a market. So like that's something we can show all the time. The big thing about feudal then is just the fact that you can make trade in feudal, like make new trade in feudal. So they're all friends right now, and this is what they see. This is something else. Now, like, I think what becomes like potential good strategy here is to build castles in the corners. And then it's like people can never turn on you, because if they turn on you and they lose trade, they lose everything. Now, Schlumpf is reaching out to everybody except Macy. Says, oh boy, guys, this Macy James is going to get us hard. And Red just says, yep. You can tell Red is comfortable. Yep. Seems like it. Can't disagree with that. And yeah, we'll see. I mean, Macy is a stronger player here, but maybe this game needs a strong player to spice things up a little bit. The last couple times we did trade nothing, there was no kings to snipe. And we certainly did do exploding kings back then, so. Oh, Blue says, hey, Masty. I think that Red doesn't like you. Would you like to be allies? So that could be a good alliance for Blue right next door to Yellow. Yeah, phrasing was a little weird there. So, guys, I have no clue what to say. Normally, I'm like, oh my god, look at the trees. Holy crap, those berries are kind of shaped like the letter S. Oh my goodness, there's lots of hills on this map. This reminds me, and then I talk about all these. Do you remember the hill from my childhood? I had a favorite sledding hill where I broke my arm when I was 12. I have things to talk about. There's just sand. There's just trade. And I didn't have a lot of sand and trade in my life growing up, so I don't know what to work with. It's too flat. It's too dry. But it's perfect. And I don't know why. All right, Teal's going to go grab a beer. I'm kind of tempted to grab a beer. I just got a little coffee, though, so that's fine. Tell us a sand story, T90? A sand story. So that would be like a beach story. A sand-related story. I don't really have many. I mean, we went to the beach every other year growing up with my family. I do have a sand-related story, or a beach-related story, which you guys may find interesting. It's not my best story ever, but I feel as though it's a story I must tell. Okay? As we wait for the trade, I'm just going to keep this up as we look. Like, Macy's got more trade right now. And as you know, the rich just get richer in this life, and so that should be the case for Macy. Okay. So, I'm like, this one trip I took with my parents and my best friend when I was like 13 sticks with me to this day, okay? So first off, you need to know my friend and I's dynamic, okay? So there was a period where, so I'm a year older than him, we were neighbors, right? And so we were like brothers. And so naturally when you're that young, you go to the same school, you go to the same church, and you're neighbors. You're hanging out way too much, and you're moody kids, and you just get in little fights and spats all the time. So it was like, we're best friends, we hate each other. We're best friends, we hate each other, right? And so there was a period, I'm not proud of this period, but I'll be real with you, where I was like, kind of like, you know those people who aren't tough, but they have to portray toughness and be a little bit of a jerk to, like, you know, a weaker person in the group? That was me for a couple years, like maybe between the age of like 9 and 11, okay? I was just like not, you know, I wasn't the nicest guy to him, just straight up. I wasn't, okay? So anyways, Then, you know, I had a realization. This is my best friend. I should stop being a jerk. Okay? So I'm not going to be a jerk to this guy. But then he started to be a little bit of a jerk to me, right? So it roles reversed. And then it was this funny dynamic where his mom knew that he would be a jerk to me sometimes. My mom knew that I'd be a jerk to him sometimes. And both of our moms would take the other kid's side, right? So our moms would never have our back. They'd always believe the other kid, right? Their adopted son, let's say. And he would go to town with that. So we're at the beach, right? And the entire freaking week, he would do crap to instigate with me, all right? And then I'd retaliate in defense, and my mother would go off on me about how I'm a bully. Meanwhile, I didn't start it. So, you know, we're driving somewhere to go get ice cream or something at the beach, because that's how we started this. We're talking about sand. Meanwhile, these guys are diploing like crazy, by the way, and I'm not even paying attention. I'm the worst. Anyways. And he, I don't know if other people know what this is, but he dead legs me. So basically you just like punch someone really hard. And then, you know, your leg is dead. He dead legs me in the back of the car. I don't react because I'm a man. All right. I didn't cry about it. And I just hit him back. And then he's like, ow, that hurt. My mom hears that I hit him, hears that it hurt, and she goes on this rant. And she's like, Tristan, like, you know, he's just the nicest, and you are just so lucky to have him as a friend, and you don't even realize it. You take it for granted. And meanwhile, as she's driving and ranting at me, he's looking at me, pointing at me, and laughing. Like, yeah, gotcha, bro. So anyways, that's not the story. It was just, that was our dynamic, okay? So at one point, our parents, we were at like the boardwalk, which was like 5 miles away from where our little house we were staying in was. And my parents wanted to go back to the place. We didn't want to, so they drove back. And they were like, you could just take, there's like this little bus that goes up and down the streets. It just takes you back to the place. So we're like, you know, we get ice cream and we're at the boardwalk doing whatever. I don't know. And it's finally time to go back. It's like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And so I hop on the bus. He's behind me. And they're like, it's like $7. And I give them the $7. And I go back and I sit down. And then I realize he didn't follow me. Okay. I look and he's still standing on the curb. And the bus is about to go off. So I like walk up there and I'm like, hold on, man. I'm sorry. What's the issue? He goes, I'm not paying $7. That's ridiculous. I'm like, dude, it's 5 miles. It's your mom's money. Like, pay the $7 and get on the freaking bus. I'm not paying $7. That price is outrageous. We're like 13. And so I wasn't just going to like go back without my friend. So I got off and we proceeded to walk 5 miles through neighborhoods that we didn't know. It rained. And for 15 minutes, not even kidding, for 15 minutes, we crawled under someone's hedges in their yard. We were next to this house. It was raining so hard, we had nowhere to hide. We're laying in someone's yard underneath their bushes. We could hear their TV inside the house. Their window was right there. We lay there for 15 minutes. It's just pouring down rain. And I'm just swearing at him like, you idiot. Like, why did you just pay the $7? I'm not paying $7. It's your mom's $7. That's the whole thing. So that's my beach story. That was a pretty crappy story, but that's all I thought of. So I had to really like, you know, climb into the depths of my brain for that one. And we're trading away here. Poor Teal, the guy who said he wants a beer, is only at 9 trade. Is chatting a lot, but is only at 9 trade. Orange is at 4 trade. Orange is at 4 trade. That's rough. Market prices now. We've got. It is currently 265 gold to buy 100 wood. So it's not that bad. And it's just trade, dude. I so regret doing this. But I guess this is something. And now he's got $7 for Pokemon cards. Dude, he didn't play Pokemon. I don't know what on earth he was thinking. I mean, he's like, I was very lucky. I grew up in a very small country town in the middle of nowhere. And I just happened to have someone my same age from the age of 2 onwards, you know? So he's basically like my brother. But I could say this because 13-year-old me would have wanted 31-year-old me to say this if I had a mic in front of my face. He could be such an idiot. So, you know, it's just good times, good memories. So, Diplo's a little different here. They're just all talking about trade and Mod says, can someone sell wood so I can buy it? I'm poor. Red says, how long does this take to get going? And Macy just says hours and hours and hours and hours. So yes, that's why we tell stories. Do you still meet each other? Yeah, we keep in touch. We keep in touch. Every time I go home, we catch up, and he's visited many times, so. T90, will the Armenian player trigger Relic victory upon building a monastery? Oh my god! I didn't think about that. Guys, when this map was created, the Armenians didn't exist. So, if the settings are as we normally set them up, the second blue makes a monastery, it might trigger a Relic victory. Oh, shoot. Wait, hold on. Actually, I believe that happened in a 4-0 game once, and it didn't do that. M. Chill says, I have never stared at the market this much. That's so funny. Dude, just fast forward a bit. Scott Fry, this isn't YouTube, bro. This is live. But what do you want me to fast forward with? You think you're watching a video right now? I'm sure the video analytics are going to have a bunch of people that skip past my stupid story of me, you know, trying to get out of the rain. But there's no skipping ahead here, brother. You're here for the long haul. So they're all scared of Maesty. And rightly so, I guess, because, like, Maesty's just a higher skilled player. Maesty hasn't actually built a single farm this game. And Maesty's got... I mean, Macy's not necessarily doing better than the others. Ludendorff here has 32 trade. Maesty has 27. Maesty, M-Chill, and Leckerfeetsen, they're going to be in Castle H first. And then you can get Caravan. So this is just snowballs, right? And it, you know, the more trade you have, the better it gets for you. The more, you know, the faster you get to Castle Age, the better it gets for you. And someone says, oh, God, he says, I normally watch on YouTube. That's why I said that, but I will remain loyal to you. Respect. Oh, I feel bad now. It's like, yeah, just get back to YouTube, you clown. No, I didn't mean it like that. But, you know, the nature of live streaming is obviously this is live. Also, I'm noticing that Yellow's trade carts kind of run to the side sometimes. You see this? Look at this. Look. That can't be healthy for the horse. Look at that. Aren't the wheels going to break? Wait for it. No. It's like right here. Watch this. Skirt. It's like, oh, nice little twirl there. Okay. Actually, we haven't inspected the trade carts yet. Ooh. We have something to do now. Okay. Let's inspect. So here we have the Ethiopian trade cart. So it is a water buffalo. And it is being gently tapped on the arse. And you know, it's doing its thing. All right, that's cool. What else do we have? That's Red's trade. Eventually, we're going to talk about trade directions and how important that is, but I don't know how important that is. I guess Gray's is just a standard cart. Guy looks very bored, but so would I be. Honestly, he's going to get sunburn on his shoulders. It's going to be rough tomorrow. Yikes. Any other cool trade carts? Nope, it's all the same dude. Yep, it's all the same dude. Okay, well, we don't have any camel civilizations, I guess. Is Teal trading to yellow right now? Where is Teal trading? No, Teal is trading to the east. But, like, you really want to get a market built in the corner here. Obviously, wood's going to be expensive, but it's already 350 gold to buy 100 wood. I think you just got to get another market in a corner somewhere. I think that's what Teal is planning on, actually. Yeah, I think Teal wants to do that, but just doesn't have the wood. Let's look at the market events. Let's just turn that on for a sec. Bought wood, bought wood, bought wood, bought wood. It's so funny to just... It's just going to keep ticking up further and further and further. Oh, bought food. Well, eventually it gets to that point where you got to buy food for bills and for units and for upgrades. I think I might leave on the market events for a minute, if that's cool with you guys. Jazzercise, thanks for the 6 months. Thank you, Blaze Law Friend, for the 4 months. Says, hi, Uncle T. What up? Thank you. This is going to get expensive. I'm going to guess. I asked you guys earlier. A lot of people were saying thousands. I mean, because it's regicide, I would expect that the game could be shorter than in the past. But I'm going to go with 1,800 gold to buy 100 wood. 1,800. I don't know if that's going to be low or high. It might even be low. But, like, you need to rely on the trade. And I think if you need to rely on the trade, eventually trading across the middle could be bad. The good thing about trading across the middle is you get 223 gold per trip. So that is pretty much the max. It kind of bothers me the Gaia market or not. The Gaia market, which is extremely loud when I click it. It bothers me that it's not perfectly centered in the corner. T90. If you need to explain market trick, just link you and Hera 2v5. The market trick. Let's go. Yeah, so blue is doing the market trick. So I'm going to explain the market trick, okay? So normally a lot of people think, okay, I make a market here, and then I send it all the way to this other market, and then it has to go all the way back to get the gold, right? Well, if you build a market in both corners, you do what blue's doing, and you send the market to this market. Watch, you'll see. And boom. It immediately has the golds, and is going to take all the gold back to the other side. So essentially, you skip a trip. So what you want to do, if you're trading in a team game, is you want to have, like, usually you want to have multiple markets for trade, right? So you still want to have that. You still want to have, like, your 4 markets in one corner. But then you ask your ally to bring one market close to you. So you get, like, 4 markets sending trade to the close market, and then you instantly take all the gold back to your other market. Is this making sense? So that blue's taking advantage of that, and it's like, initially people called it an exploit, but it's been in the game for years now. I think it's just here to stay. So, okay, first castle in the game. First castle in the game. It is going in the corner, and this is dangerous for the others, okay? I mean, if Macy just turns on everyone, he could just kill everyone's trade, and everyone's going to be screwed. Now, not saying he'll do that, but this is kind of like a dog-eat-dog world out here. The rich eat the poor and trade nothing, so we'll see. These guys are talking about alliances. How much is alliances going to matter if your allies are all dirt poor? If your allies can't afford anything, I'm not sure what it's going to do. Macy says this is just to protect my trade. Which is fair. But the others might want to start trading somewhere else. That would just be my suggestion. Also, Macy, are you... Dude, that would be such a throw. Macy's going to stonewall this trade. I see stone walls coming up. Macy says, I like being in the corner. Well, that's interesting. Emu Warrior, you're Macy's brother. Did he get sent to timeout a lot growing up? Did he get sent to the corner for being bad? Is he used to that? Emu says no. Okay, well. People change, I guess. Not much. Were you the bad one? Were you the naughty one? Schlump signaling Teal and telling him the trade card's not working. Macy's a goody two-shoes? Yeah, makes sense. Oh, by the way, if we see a Treb here, they will apparently have emu heads now, because we downloaded the emu Treb mod, finally. So beware of that. Here goes the king for Macy. A trade update, as they trade along here, is we got 58 trade cards for blue, 74 for red. Wow. Crazy trade count. And that king is in the castle. Or it's not in the castle. It should be in the castle. And purple also built a castle here. So now this is like mutually assured destruction. Now if yellow turns on purple, purple can kill yellow's trade as well. And then we got green and we got red castling the north. Wonder and Relic victory is possible. Obviously killing the kings is possible as well. Things to keep in mind. And I'm not sure if there's going to be aggression, but the others did talk like they don't trust Macy. Now, what units you make may rely on what's affordable. May depend on, rather. So, like, food price is super cheap compared to wood. So you probably want food units. But then again, it's like, do you want food units because you need wood to farm? Ugh, that's so tricky. I guess if you got crop rotation... Like, crop rotation is actually a crazy upgrade here. If you can get a couple crop rotation farms, they'll last you a really long time. Yeah, monks. Dude, yeah, monks is the best unit. It only costs gold. Yeah, absolutely. Teutons could be really strong. Armenians could be really strong. Still no monastery for blue. Well, this time there's actually, like, some type of a win condition. I remember the last time players couldn't... Things just get so expensive. You can't... You just get stuck. You can't do anything. So here you can at least kill kings. But if you... Guys, if you make an army of, like, Trebs, let's say, and it fails, and you don't kill the guy... Disaster. Disaster. Like, you need to make sure you kill somebody. Oh, man. I will say it's very satisfying to see the direction the trade is moving. Look at this. This is so cool, dude. This is so cool. Yeah, you could convert trade cards. That is possible. Kind of looks like ants. Yeah. I feel like this could be a pretty cool screensaver, you know? Pretty silent, pretty chill. Yellow says, I'll delete stuff as needed to ensure it doesn't get too cramped. But, I mean, it's not like... Well, I guess the gates need to be deleted, but... JJ says, yellow, just to you. Allies until the end, and Macy says, sure. I mean, Macy's going to want any allies possible. But I think purple would be a good one, because they are next to each other here. You do get more gold if you go from from like east to west or north to south than if you go north to east or north to west. So we got 223 gold for Macy, and then it's 117 for green. So you can zoom out and just see the distance is greater. I have no way of measuring it, but it is longer to go diagonal. And so blue's chosen to do that. Yellow's chosen to do that. And I normally consider it risky, but maybe it's not. Like, I think the reason I wouldn't normally suggest it is because people have big economies built up. But people don't have big economies here. So I actually take back my original point. Also, there's a market in the middle. I didn't know that. WTF is this map? 828, it's your favorite. It's trade nothing. Blue says, only to me, by the way, only to us, says, wait, what happens when I get Armenian Relic? Blue is a thinker. Blue is a thinker. Says, does it start a Relic victory? I think it might. Blue, I don't know if Blue's intentionally saying this for our benefit. Also, market rates are crazy. 650 gold to buy 100 wood now. So you're talking like 150 gold houses, if you look at it that way. Kind of. Look at the trade count. We've got 122 trade from Hasty. You really should never stop making trade cards. I think like maybe you get up to 180. Why not? The more gold you get, the more stuff you buy. And that cycle continues to the end of time. The downside of having a lot of trade is, I guess if they, you know, have a lot of army and you don't have population space, but you could just delete stuff later, potentially. And gray and red definitely talking and prepping for the long term with the trade here. Someone did point out that, like, yes, you might get more gold per trip, but you also travel a longer distance. Yes, I don't know the exact math on that, but from what I know, it is structured in a way where the longer trip is always worth it, right? So, like, you know, the other extreme would be if you had, like, a market, I don't know, like 2 markets right next to each other, you're going to get like 1 gold per trip. And it's not, obviously the pathing would be weird, but longer trade is always slightly more efficient. But not like, you know, maybe extremely more. It's always worth it. Red says, okay, team, we are the Northern Coalition. And Blue says, guys, he's getting ready for war, and he's talking about Maesty. Of course he's talking about Maesty. Yellow, he is making a safe trade wall. Yeah, Yellow is starting to trade this way, too. So Yellow's, like, I think expecting that the trade in the middle will get sniped, and is now starting to trade the other direction, which I think is a really smart move. Trading multiple directions is great. You gotta diversify your trades. Also, I think gray really needs to get caravan. So the so the trade is faster. It's very slow right now. Polly's Cracker, great name. Thanks for the prime. Cramson, welcome back. Thanks for the 2. Coops it. Thank you for the prime. Are you guys enjoying your Friday? Watching this right now. This is something else. This is cool. This is really cool. It's starting to balance out. If we had a little bit more trade from the north to the south, it would look pretty nice. I'd like to also see stone walls everywhere. Teal's got 21 on trade, which is really low. So the big hitters here would be red, yellow, and blue. And they're all kind of in separate corners. And the others are struggling. Let's double check and see. Okay, can't check the market rates with that market. 754 golds to buy 100 wood right now. Oh, by the way, a detail I haven't mentioned yet is trade carts are only 10 wood. It's not even 100 wood. It's 10% of the normal cost. I can't believe it took me an hour to mention that. So, yeah, I mean, I'll leave this up for a bit if you just want to see what people are buying, but it will just be spammed. Look at how much, like, look at the resources that they're spending here. Schlump just paid 4K gold for 1,000 stone. So, guys, the original time we did this, the trade carts weren't actually cheaper, if I remember correctly. So, they were not easily getting up to these trade numbers, and it took forever. We found out the hard way. Okay. They're talking about the trade a little bit. And Lecker Feetson says, damn, I have a math degree and I did not think of that. Okay. And M Chill says, every triangle is a love triangle if you love triangles. I'm going to use that. Every triangle is a love triangle if you love triangles. Okay. I like that. I'm more of a square, or at least that's what I got told. You know, at recess growing up, but I like the saying. Trade galore. 180 trade for yellow. Approaching 200 pop with that. Price is obviously insane. Maesty in the lead in that regard. Things are going to start heating up here. No one has died yet. Thank you, Harp, for the new prime as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You can't believe what you're watching? I've done my job. This is cool. I kind of regretted it at the start, but we've gotten here.
Yes.
I was really reaching with the whole, sand stories earlier, but we got somewhere. Sand is the worst. Like, I love the beach, but the sand kind of ruins it. The water's great. Sand just gets freaking everywhere, dude. JJ makes it to Imp. JJ is right next to Masty. They are apparently going to be friends till the end, but can we trust that? I don't know. I think it'd be a legendary story. Can we just please appreciate the sound of the gates for a second? It's very distracting because there's no other sounds. It's just so many gates. Red, I guess is also making gates over here because they only have one gate. Dude, imagine the guy who's working the gate. So what do I have to do for this job? Well, anytime someone comes through the gate, you just got to pull on the rope and lift it up. He's like, oh, not too bad. He's like, well, how's traffic these days? Ah, it's fine. They only start with 10 trade carts. Meanwhile, he's like throwing his back out at this point. Orange in the first community game ever. This is such a luck for my first Gami game. Well, I'm just the worst. I feel really bad. I'm just kidding. I really don't. This is actually kind of fun. But, this is probably not what you're expecting. I did say before you signed up what it was, though. So let's not act like I, tricked you. I think people said, if I can get in, I don't care what it is. And then they see this. M-Chill says, so you control the trade. Want to be friends? Well, yes, M-Chill. You're in a bit of a bind there. Masty definitely controls the trade. And Maj says, still have not forgotten Papa Silk from my first Kami game. Yo, Papa Silk is in my chat moments ago. Papa Silk getting called out for what happened earlier. The last time Maj played. The prices are getting ridiculous, apparently. It is now 931 wood to buy 1,000... Or, sorry. It's 931 gold to buy 100 wood. They're talking about inflation, and Teal is now cursing capitalism. And yes, I expect this to only be better for Masty. Now, pretty big deal here. We have 3 military units for Masty. 3. Which is, it's not even 3 times more than what everyone else has. This is the first time anyone's made army in this game. Period. He's got 1 boyar in each castle. And then he's got a king down here. Oh my god, I just thought of something. So the Slavs have a tech which replaces some of the castle stone cost with wood. And in a normal game, you would get that tech because wood is easy to get, but stone is difficult to get. So you would research it out of habit and be like, okay, I get to save on stone. Well, that would be horrible here because right now it is 549 gold to get 100 stone. And it's 1,000. We're about to enter the territory of 1,000 anyways. Gold to get 100 wood. So I don't know if Masty researched that. I would like to think that he did. M. Chill says Home Depot is making a killing on these lumber prices. Yeah. Okay, so blue controls the trade in the south. Yellow and purple share trade in the east. Yes. We've got red and green controlling the trade in the north. And red is also controlling the trade in the west. That's a pretty big deal. Red has 2 areas of control and could possibly leverage that. I want to check total stockpiles here. I find it interesting that green's actually been farming. So green actually has food. That's pretty nice. I think Masty's just been buying the food, honestly, which is maybe a strategy. Yeah, this is going to turn into a Monopoly game, Ducks. It is looking kind of like a Monopoly board. Now, I don't know where jail would be. I think this is skipping straight to jail. That's the jail. This is poor Teal. Poor Leckerfeetson. This is rough. Teal's got 44 trade, which is not the lowest, but it's pretty low. Ooh, hold on. Red is talking. And blue says red is plotting something and is saying this to yellow. And now red is saying to blue, oh, shoot, blue made an offer. Red, I think, would be good if we can get purple to help. What do you think? So they're going to try and go after Maesty. So blue's playing both sides. And so blue basically pitched the idea to red to kill Maesty. And now goes to Maesty, says, yo, bro, he just asked me if he would help to fight you. So I don't know what blue's endgame is here, but he's definitely trying to be friends with everybody. Maesty says, I would appreciate it if you didn't fight me. Maesty, can you stop being so nice? It'd be way easier to root against you. Can you just be kind of a jerk, you know? Just for once. Yellow, just for you. They plan against you because of score. Now, yes, purple was receiving some of that information from red. So, purple did say that he's going to be friends with Maesty forever. And Maesty wants to know who is they. Now, it was red speaking. And Gray says, is there a select all market hotkey? Oh, market cart hotkey. I don't know if that exists. I was going to say, if you didn't have a market hotkey at this stage of the game, this would be really problematic. Control Alt period selects all trade cards. Maesty knows it? Maesty knows it? What? I didn't even know there was such a thing. Okay, Maesty hasn't memorized. Well, honestly, in these types of games, like in a that's an important hotkey to have in team games. Because if your trade starts to get rated, you could just get them all selected. Purple says, blue told me the same, so it looks like he just doesn't like me. Can't imagine why. Yeah, Macy's playing dumb. So red has basically been called out. Now, red is controlling the main corner that Macy is trading with. But Macy also has prepped quite a bit of trade in this area, too. Blue is building a lot of castles. It's weird to me that blue is building so many castles here, and blue's trade is in the middle, though. So, like, you could kill blue's trade, and blue, I guess, controls some of yellow's trade. This is maybe poor timing, because things are really heating up here, but I think I've got to step away. Guys, I'll be right back. We're going to zoom out. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. Okay, we're going to survey the lands. Blue and red are talking. I just need a minute. All right, just a minute. Hopefully no one kills each other while I'm gone. All right. Looks like it's heating up here. Why did we get more viewers when I left? You guys know if you do that, it really makes me feel bad about myself. Okay. All right. What do we got? What do we miss? Orange talking about the chicken story. Hold on. Red says, all right, gang, we got to go for yellow at some point. And then Macy says, Perp told me that red was blooding against me as well. So I don't think he'll try it. Should I get double bid axe or my gold mining upgrade first, says Green. That's good. Green's had some lines in this game. All right. Well, I mean, stockpiles are really starting to look good for some guys. Like, it's realistic that they could field a lot of military. I think, you know, remember, food income long-term is not really going to be there. Trade is crazy, though. And we just got to see who's going to turn first. I could tell the chicken story. It has been a minute. But I feel like we're getting close to the battles. Remember who controls the trade. Blue controls the trade in the south. Purple and yellow controls the trade in the east. Green and red controls the trade in the north. And then in the west, we also have red here as well. I think it's kind of nice for red to have two corners locked down. That much is good. But Maesty has diversified. So if Maesty loses this trade, it's almost like calculated where Maesty loses, let's say, like 80 trade carts and then still has a bunch more over here. And then just has pop space for army. So Macy's in a good spot. Macy says, I like your base layout, Teal. It is a very cute base. You know how sometimes we don't know where kings are? And there's, some question as to where a king would be? With here, it's pretty clear. Teal says, my fort is almost complete. Red's about to make a move. All right, do you want me to tell the chicken story real quick? I'll tell the chicken story. I've told it before. So listen, sorry if I'm repeating this for like the 10th time. Because you may have heard it before. But basically, when I was like 19, I worked at a call center for one of the most hated companies in my country. This company is called Comcast. And Comcast, if you're listening, you suck. Thank God I don't have to have your internet anymore. But anyways, so I worked at a call center for an internet, like, cable service company. And they're hated because, like, in a lot of areas, there's not a lot of competition. So basically, you have to have this company. And then, their prices go up and their service kind of sucks. And then, So, yeah. So I worked in the billing department. So a lot of people would see, Comcast as the enemy. And then I was representing the enemy in their eyes. And people are really stupid. Like, guys, if you ever talk to someone who just works for a company, let's remember they're a human being, right? I was just a 19-year-old kid trying to make some money, trying to figure out some stuff. So, like, I remember I hated it because people were always rude and whatnot, and it just would wear you down. And I remember one night before work, we were having a snowstorm. And Red's about to make a move at some point here soon, so we'll keep an eye on that. But so I was just like, oh, we're going to get, like, so much snow. I'm pretty sure work's going to be canceled the next morning. So what I'm going to do, because I'm an adult, is I'm going to stay up till 5 a.m. playing Call of Duty and then just set an alarm 2 hours later and really hope that work is canceled because I had no more days off. So I stayed up till 5 a.m. playing Call of Duty. And then I set my alarm for 2 hours later. Work was not canceled, and there's snow all over the road. So I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me. Are you kidding? So I'm exhausted, right? And I'm like, hating myself. I'm annoyed with myself because of I stayed up late like an idiot. I don't want to go into this job because I hate the job, blah, 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 blah. Side note, Maesty blue sometimes before I asked a team against you, blue. There's a lot of stuff happening here. There's a lot of stuff happening. I probably shouldn't have told this story. But anyways, we're going to continue. And so I finally get into work. Now, granted, on the drive, there's no other cars anywhere. I'm just like, freaking, why is anyone freaking, no one's on the freaking roads. Why am I going into work? This is crazy. This is dangerous. And then I get in to work, and there's like nobody else working. Nobody else showed up. And then I'm even more upset. Like, what in the world? So, oh my God. So anyways, I'm like the only person there. And so the way it worked was you like sit down at your phone, and when you're like clocked in, you press a button, and basically if there's a call waiting, boom, there's a person on the phone. And so you press like, you like select to enter the calls, essentially. And you'd hope you wouldn't hear a beep, because if you heard a beep, you knew there'd be a person. And I'm just like, the whole day, I'm just like, oh, I freaking hate my life. I'm so stupid. Oh my God, this job sucks. Press the button. I'm the only person in this whole building. Brett's making the move. Thanks for calling Comcast. My name's Tristan. How can I help you? There's this old man on the other end of the line. Did you say your name is Chicken? And I'm just like, my immediate thought is, my life is just freaking miserable. Who is this idiot, right? Like, I'm just in such a bad place. And I'm like, no, it's not Chicken. My name's Tristan. How can I help you? Well, I'll be Chicken. I've lived 78 years on this earth, and I've never spoken to a man named after a farm animal. Like, this old man, I could see his age, because, like, in his profile has all this information. Old man, I guess, couldn't hear. And he thought my name was Chicken. And, guys, I went from, like, being the most miserable person in my entire, like, most miserable person hating my life to just dying laughing. I threw my headset off. I put myself on mute. Like, oh, it was so funny. And so anyways, this guy, I don't know where Red is going right now. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but Yellow sees it. Yellow says, we love bikes here. So Macy is like escorting Red right now. He got caught. And anyways, so basically, you know, all the guy wanted to know was if one of the areas was going to be open because it was snowing. And of course it was closed too. That's the stupid thing, is the place was closed, but I was at work. I was like, no, sir, sorry. It's not open. You could just Google it. And he's like, I don't have a computer. Well, thank you, chicken. You know, and then he left. And I like to think that this old man is like someone's grandpa. And you know how like grandpas always repeat their favorite stories? So I like to think that like every holiday, everyone's reminiscing. And he's always just been like, did I ever tell you about the time that I spoke to a man named Chicken? And then all the grandkids are just like, no, you didn't speak to a man named Chicken. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I asked him 3 times. His name was Chicken. Like, oh my God. I would love for that to be the case. I don't know. Never had that verified, but that's the chicken story. So yeah. So let's check prices here. Sorry, this whole game has been so scuffed. This is bad. Prices right now. It is 1,500 gold to buy 100 wood. Yo, Vox, thank you. Thank you. It is 1,000 gold to buy 100 food. It is 800 gold to buy 100 stone. Yellow says I'm just chilling. Red's trying to play it off like he wasn't about to kill Yellow and says, who do you want to kill? He says, who do you want to kill? Yellow says, I don't want to kill anybody. And then Yellow says, how about you? Who do you want to kill? And Red says, I mean, someone that's not me. Macy. Red's trying to like serve this guy because he feels like he just got caught. And he's like, who can I kill for you? And Macy's like, actually, I'm fine, dude. I'm fine. That's pretty funny. I respect it. Lots of chat to catch up on here. This game might never end because if they attack each other, they lose trade. And if you lose trade, you're in trouble. I don't know, man. All I know is there's the stockpiles for you. And Macy has been the one driving up the price of food, I think. It's clear that Macy doesn't want to farm. Macy also pre-bought wood. Blue did the same. Like, Blue is doing a pretty good job to prepare. Red says someone's got to make the first move. And says, all right, Yellow, are you ready to fight? So Macy's played the nice guy. He's obviously ready. He knows he's going to be the target. And he says, why are we fighting? Okay, Macy's playing super dumb. Someone in chat says, and now you're the old man telling the story for the 100th time. Hey, screw you. I had someone call me Chicken, all right? The name is Tristan. I enunciated. It was a bad day.
Food, please.
Red says, I must bring honor to my family. Yes. Gray says, I thought we were here until T90 got bored. Macy says, I thought so too, Gray. Okay. And we have fighting. We have fighting. Here we go. Red does it. Red turns on the Boyars. Macy's going to react. Boyars should wreck Showtells, so... Oh, no, not the expensive. Not the wood and gold bombard cannons. Red, no! That's so costly. Oh, shoot. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of resources lost. But, you know, Red at least attacked, so we have some action here. Red says, wish me luck, gang. Well, you didn't really do a good job of getting the others to fight with you. And Red now should be killing some of Macy's trade, I believe. Now, did Macy gather up his trade? Oh my god, he actually used the hotkey? This is actually a genuine use for the hotkey. Like, I don't have this hotkey, for example. So he used the hotkey the second that happened, or he manually grabbed all of his trade. Look, there's no yellow trade in the middle here. And he's going to save all that and go down to the corner. Macy says he doesn't like that he's been turned on. Red admits to Blue that, yes, he did turn. And I don't know where Blue is going with this. Gray said, you sound German, I like it. And Blue says, well, I'm half German and half Swiss. Oh, interesting. All right. Vol in my chat says, I love when people turn me on. No, it's turn on me, not turn me on. Two very different meanings. Two very different meanings. So Macy is just like kind of in survival mode. Like Macy's got... I think people are really prepared for something big here, but Macy doesn't have multiple people attacking him. Blue says, are you German as well? Grace says, nah, I'm a weird German, a.k.a. Dutch. I don't know if that's accurate. I'll let other people speak to that. But down go more bomber cannons. Red, you got to feel bad for Red, because Red was trying to plot with other people, but no one turned. So this is just not good. Started a 1v1 with the best player in the game. Blue just wants to chill. We have the Town Bell. Guys, we have the new Town Bell emote. A little bit of panic here for Red. Gray just having a good time. Gray says, guys, if you kill my trade after all this time, I will cry, and I'm an ugly crier. That's funny. That's pretty funny. Well... I mean, Red's making Shotel Warriors against Boyars. Boyars have crazy armor. Shotels have high attack. I think the Boyars will win these fights. They're just too tanky. Now, the biggest weapons here is to kill trade. And the benefit here is like, if you are trading in an area where the person you turn on doesn't kill your trade, but they are trading where you can kill their trade, you just turn. You don't even need army, really. So I'm thinking of, like, Masty's position. So Blue is not trading with Masty at all. Blue is trading across the middle. I don't even know where Blue's traded. Oh, Blue's here. Oh, Blue is trading with Masty. Shoot. I was thinking you could turn on Masty, kill all of Masty's trade. Yeah, you're just guaranteed to lose your own trade. We got champions here from JJ, who said he was going to be on Team Masty. And, Red says, anyone want to help? I think no. I think the answer's clear. Like, I don't think anyone wants to help you. No one has jumped in here to support. Everyone is just letting Red be the target here. I think Red will be very disappointed with how little support there has been. I know I would be. You thought you had a team. You thought you had an agreement. And nothing has really happened. And then there's going to be 2 people on you soon. Green says to Red, knowing that Red is probably going to die because of Exploding Kings, please don't boom my trade. M-Chill, that is the most unchill thing you could ever say to someone. This guy's fighting for his life with no support. You don't offer any help or any words of sympathy. You just say, please don't die where it inconveniences my trade. Oh my god, I would feel so pissed right now if I were Red. Please don't kill my trade. Blue says, what? Purple turn? Meanwhile, Blue, you haven't supported either. I'm not saying Blue should. I'm just saying this is a whole lot of words and not a whole lot of actual help. Purple hasn't turned yet, but Purple will turn. And Purple's thinking the king is there, but that is actually not where the king is. And Red says, Perp, and here we go, JJ. Viking champions should take out the castle pretty quickly. Red now needs to turn on Purple. It's going to be 2 against Red. And here we go. Over 1,000 years of friendship ruined. And Macy, very happy with how Purple's done so far. And Teal on the other side says, JJ with the moves. Can he be in our side? So he's asking Yellow, Remember, Leckerfeetsen's on the weaker side. Teal is giving commentary. I love Teal. Teal's got the cute little fort, the pathetic little trade, and it's just like JJ with the moves. That's great. Gray says, I think we should take him because he's killing JJ. And Macy's going to chat to us now. Oh, boy. Macy says, hi, T90 and chat. I wonder if Blue is saving his Armenian relic. Yo! I really want him to try it so I can somehow get my paws on it, says Macy. See, we still don't know what'll happen there. Blue chatted to us about that earlier for chat's benefit, and now Macy's been thinking about it. There goes the king. This king barely moves his legs. You can barely see it. Just... Red's going to run to the corner, so we'll survive. But obviously, it's not a good situation for Red. And if the king dies, we don't know if the explosion can kill the Gaia markets. It's possible it does. Exploding kings did not exist when this map was created, so. It is now 1,500 gold to buy 100 wood. I think I said like 1,900, right? Red says to yellow, what if, and hear me out, we stopped fighting? Macy says, why? You wanted it. And Macy's converting all of his buildings. Oh, that's actually huge. Imagine having to rebuild all these houses. Yeah, I mean, Macy should not give Red mercy. Red should just be annoyed that no one has really been here in support. But I don't think that's going to change. What you could do is you could strong arm someone. So you could say, like, green, help me, or I turn on you and kill your trade. Actually, he lost his castle now, so he can't kill. Do you guys think blue is going to go for the relic, guys? He started to build the monastery and deleted it earlier. It was clearly on his mind. I don't know if it triggers a relic victory, though. It'd be pretty wild if that changes how this game goes, because they did play random civ here. I think that explains why he has so many castles here. Obviously, it's to protect the trade, but I think he might, you know, cram the monastery in there. So if we get you perp... Like, I think they all want to go for yellow. I don't know what's happening. But yeah, red is going to slowly lose trade. Red is going to slowly lose the game. Red is dead. Red cannot win this game. And I think it's... Well, actually, there's still 108 trade cards. So I guess that's still considerable, but you need teammates. They're talking about killing orange right now. This is green. This is blue. And orange is in the middle here of some trade. Gray's still in the game. Gray's just chilling. Gray is 173 trade cards. I guess you just buy up resources when you can. Like, Gray just bought some wood. Here, I'll just have this up for a moment. Yeah, just buy it up. Spend it all. Why not? Looks pretty cool when you zoom out here. Again, there was no resource on the map. No trees, no berries. Nothing. Except trade. I'm going to remove the market events because the prices are just going up, and that's all people are going to be doing at this point. Yeah, if orange turns... Actually, the best castle spot in the game might have been in the middle. You make a castle there and you turn on everybody, you start to kill all their trade. I would demand gold. I'd be like, if you would like to continue to trade through this area, you need to send me gold. Or actually wood. Send me 100 wood every 10 minutes. I'd be happy with that. The price of a castle is going to be pretty expensive. But it's not as expensive as wood. It's only 1,000 gold to buy 1,000 gold to buy 100 stone. Sorry. The numbers are getting so high, it's just confusing for me. Ooh, okay. Is M-Chill about to try and kill the imperishable? Schlump goes to teal, says green wants to get orange out, then he wants to go for yellow. So I think blue talking to teal's interesting. I could see teal snitching and telling Maesty. Maesty researches treason right now. They're looking for red. Red just lost the market. That could affect trade. And teal says, let's do that. Orange is complaining about the trade pathing. There's a lot of trade here. So yes, the pathing will be pretty brutal. I think we are about to see 2 players die. I think that red is going to have a last stand here. Red could try and kill someone with the king, though, which could be pretty brutal. It's going to be hard to stop that. Like, you could lose... An entire trade corner could get busted because a lot of people are hiding their kings in corners. So, I think, like, red may choose to escort the king there. Orange may run away. We'll see. Green is here with Trebs. Does Orange see this? And... Oh, poor Orange. First community game. First community game. The name is the Imperishable, and they've come out on this map. Here we go. We got a battle between green and orange. Now, they're on opposite sides of the map. There's no trade conflicts between these two. We'll see who defends who, but the samurai get wrecked by the paladins. It's not even close. And yellow just says run, and we'll see if orange does. Emu. King is very safe. Lots of fakes inside the castles, dropping more monasteries, maybe realizing monks are more important than anything. And Imperishable may perish here in a moment. So, I don't know about Treboring the Japanese. I think I'd go for the castle. Here comes the petards. Orange is going to send everything. Just don't send the king, Orange. That would be a mistake. Another castle from Orange. Desperate times. Call for desperate measures. Red. Going to be pushed, most likely. But still building up for a last stance. Green. Needs to snipe Orange's Trebs. If the Trebs go down, then these Trebs will take out the castles. Oh, and there's no emu heads on here. That's why you guys are saying emu. Yeah, we had the emu mod on. Like I said, I didn't think it would work with Capture Age. I was wondering why you guys were saying emo. Okay, Orange says, well, here I go, GG. Okay, but Orange, where are you going to die? Your death is very important to this game. Where are you running? Macy says, well, indeed, go blow someone up, smiley face. Now, these are Teuton Paladins, so they're a bit slower than regular Paladins. They are 0.03 speed faster than the King. Where is Orange going to die here? Running away from Teal now. Teal wants to kill! Teal wants to kill! I was wondering why Teal was here. Teal's going to try and kill Orange. And the Imperishable is trying to escape here. Now, pathing is pretty brutal. Oh, man, this is like a game of Frogger right now. Oh, try to cross the road. Here he goes. He's definitely going to Green's base. Trade cart block? Come on, trade carts. Help out here. Run! Run! If Orange dies in the middle of the map, a lot of trade will go down. Oh, crap. Okay. I don't know what Orange said, but there's a lot of bleeps. He might not have been angry. Maybe that's just the filter. Okay, so watch the gold workers bottom left, okay? Look at that number. I'm going to zoom out. Tons of trade will die here. This affects almost everyone. Well, it wasn't actually as bad as I thought. Macy lost a ton, though. I think that most of that was Macy's trade. Macy lost tons of trade there, and now Orange is out of the game. Okay. So, Macy lost like 40 trade carts, which is expensive. Yo, Blue! I don't know if Blue collected these things up at home, but, man, I mean, you got to be careful with all the rubbernecking here. They're like, man, there's a big accident on the side of the road. But Blue, wisely maybe, packing up those carts knowing what would happen. Okay. Red, still alive. And Orange is probably just happy to have escaped from this game. It might be hell for the players. I don't know, Orange. And it is now over 2,000 gold to buy 100 wood. So we passed 2,000. King locations, all pretty much snug in the trade. Army count, pretty high for purple, but purple not really showing that. Well, actually, purple's just got champions around, I guess. Blue and green, good alliances. They say, who next? And now, green is asking purple who wants to go for next. Is Macy's plan to just kind of play defense and never attack unless attacked? I think that's Macy's plan, by the way. Macy's plan is just to chill and not ruffle any feathers here. Which is probably, honestly, in this type of scenario, might be a good plan. It's not taking any unnecessary risks. Brazed in chat says, I was Orange. Yo, salute to you, Orange. That was a rough spot. This is a tough first community game. I felt your comment earlier about this being your first one. I felt a little bad about that. Okay, so Teal says, Macy, I think they will do a move on you. Be prepared. Blue asked again. And Macy just says, I see. I mean, Macy is waiting for Blue to eventually drop that monastery. And I am too. I need to know if a Relic countdown would actually start. It's definitely going to come down to Macy and Blue. That's just like my feeling. Macy is 50k gold. And it's back up to 100 and, 50 trade cards after losing a bunch. So, but Blue is like buying up tons of wood. Look at that. Blue is hoarding the wood at this point. Up to you. I'm just here to chill and trade. Listen, the title of the map, Trade Nothing, does not mean you should do nothing but trade. It just means there's nothing but trade to work with. They're two very different things. Now, the nature of the map probably means that it would be risky to make a move against somebody. But yeah. Red's like kind of crippled now. Like compared to before, Red only has 55 trade. And Red has no one communicating with him. So I don't know. Red might just be driven crazy at some point by the economics of the world and may just go get angry at somebody. Red says, "Aight, we gonna eco back in, baby." Okay, never mind. I thought Red would get discouraged. Red's got a better mindset than I would have. Are we gonna go full story mode again? Is this just what this becomes? No one is going to attack because 62,000 gold isn't enough. You'd spend most of that buying 1,000 wood right now. Teal says, my towers are complete. Yellow says, nice, they look amazing. Well, I'm glad everyone's friends. Hi, I'm T90. This is Regicide. This game's gonna be much faster. This is Exploding Kings. Anything could happen. Apparently not. Blue also compliments the towers. Now green compliments the towers. This is absolutely stunning. No, you're stunning. And gray finally speaks up and says, teal and yellow, what are we going to do? Bet you yellow says, I'm just here to chill and trade. Yep. Macy says, I'm enjoying trading. Green is definitely scary. This is my own fault. I mean, green's in an interesting spot because green did attack orange there, kind of on his own. And I don't think orange was a real threat. I think green just wanted to kill somebody. So I could see green being a problem for these people. Macy. Curious what green is going to do. They're going to keep an eye on him. And down here in the south, lots of trade running. And hold on a second. Gray turns on JJ. Gray turns on yellow. And gray turns on green. Do we have moves for kings at all? Whoa. Okay, so Macy says, Gray, why did you change me to enemy? I think it's because... Oh, okay, green and purple are making a move on Gray. And Gray accidentally turned on Macy in the same time. So just panicked there. So we've got a double move here on Gray. And Gray doesn't really have much military to protect this. And Gray is going to ask for help. I don't know if people are going to help. But Macy's going to speak to blue about attacking green. This could be the end for Maj here. Says 2v1. Could use some help. Red could maybe help. Because Red fought these people before. But listen, it's a war game, guys. I know this has been more about economics than anything else, but this is a war game. And people are out to kill. Now, the heavy loss here, really, is green's going to be killing all the trade. So even if gray doesn't die here, the trade loss is going to be enough to finish this individual off. And that's how I think this will go for a lot of people. I am curious, though, if gray has any castles that are affecting the others. Yeah, like purple's losing trade now. Gray doesn't have ballistics. Yikes. But, like, turning on gray might haunt them eventually. There goes the king for gray, trying to escape. Is actually going to escape. Gets out of the gate. The gate closes. And if gray wants to... If gray feels like this game is truly over, gray could send the king to green space or something. And end green right here. You gotta kill kings, guys. If you don't finish off the kings, this could come back to hurt you with exploding kings. And where is the king? I actually completely lost it. Oh, there it goes. Meanwhile, green says, we cool, bro. Is saying this to yellow. Things are heating up here. Yellow says, okay, perp, I think we go green. So they're going to think about a move. But I just want to quickly show the trade counts again. Keep an eye on green's trade. Keep an eye on purple's trade. It will go down. Obviously, gray's trade. Like, gray is going to be out of the game. Oh! 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 Oh my god, that king got hit, but there's other units close enough, so the castle's firing on that first. Gray's gonna try and run around. Oh, shoot, this is so risky. Just passing? Just passing? No! It dies! Okay, now guys, we get to find out if the Gaia markets actually go down here. We don't know if the indestructible markets that the map gives us are destructible, so we're gonna find out now. Gray's out of the game. Remember, Gray's castle in the south will kill the trade of the enemies. Blue is wondering where the king is. Everyone's probably stressed right now because they know they explodes. Oh, no! They're not supposed to be destructible. Oh, no. Okay. Well, like I said, this was created before exploding kings. So now there's no potential for easy trade in the north. Unless you have an agreement with somebody. Gray's castle only has 4 kills. I mean, Maj, ballistics, and blue and green... Or, sorry, like... Hold on, I think the castle has been deleted, gonna be deleted here. Because an ally of Gray just deleted the siege workshop. Wait! Deleted the siege workshop to free the scorpions. So somebody wants Gray to kill this trade, and those scorpions are chasing a trade cart, I think. So again, you could delete an ally's building once they're out of the game. I don't know where the I don't know what the scorpions are focused on. Listen, that is Macy written all over it, okay? This was definitely Macy. Because Macy wants purple to lose trade, and Macy wants green to lose trade. Green isn't really trading here. Now green is trading this way. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. M-Chill is surrounded. Macy is going to get this kill. There is no way this king escapes. This is textbook. You get around the castle. You have the traps prepared. I think the end is near for green. Maybe purple as well. There goes the king. The king does survive. Now, this is huge because the trade's going to be getting shot up here in the corner. Green can't really kill a lot of trade from Maesty, though. And green is here with Paladins. There's no Trebs anymore for Maesty. Let's see if these Boyars can do it. Desperate times for green. I think we're pretty close to blue trying the Relic, by the way. We're obviously getting closer. Who knows if it'll even do anything. There's the king. King's on the move. It's in another castle. Green survives. Well played, green. Well played, green. I mean, that green's trade situation will eventually end the game. Because green is going directly into a Maesty castle, which has already killed 34 economic units. So all of green's trade dies there, but... Oh, and the king... Oh, the king is still alive. Okay. So yeah, this is all about trade control. And by the way, there's the scorpions from gray. Hitting purple's trade cards! And they're still, like, kind of chasing. Maesty... Wait, did purple turn? I'm trying to see, Maesty losing trade right now? Hold on. Maesty's down to 75 trade. Where is Maesty losing trade? Oh, this castle! This castle's gotten 40 kills. Oh, the Teuton Crenellation Castle getting snipes here, and Maesty's trade stops too. Devastating for Maesty. Ooh. So yeah, there were no castles in the south from green. It's just that castle in the middle that needs to be dealt with. I cannot wait for purple's trade to go back into those scorpions. Where are they? Did they die? Am I missing them? They're just like moving. Maybe someone deleted them. I don't know. Or killed them. Big fight in the trade. Oh, purple asked yellow to delete them? Oh, okay, okay. So it was noticed. Blue has 184 trade cards, guys. Blue has more trade cards than anyone. Teal is in second place with 145. Just because you were rich before doesn't mean that it's going to mean much when you've spent so much when things are so expensive at this point. I think this could eventually get to a point where this gets tricky for Maesty. What's happened now for Maesty is Maesty's lost so much trade, and it all is converted into army pop space. And so I think green might have some problems now. Green says, do what you must. I think that green is understanding right now that purple might not be able to work with him because of the trade situation. Here comes green, though. So green's got a force, is going to make a play for Maesty's corner. Not where the king is, but the corner. And now Maesty's making a play for the king. And pretty much the trade for green, because green has no trade running right now. I mean, if Maesty loses this corner, the castle, he doesn't have any leverage to control the trade anymore with the others. He does have this trade, but, you know, that's not... Or these castles, but that's not necessarily everything with all the trade going through the middle. Teal, Leckerfeetson, here to support. Here to help out and kill green, and green needs to defend this. It's going to be tough for green here. Green needs to get a king snipe. It's looking really good for the others right now, I have to say. Red also gathering up the trade. I forgot Red was in this game. Red's going to try and get some trade going again. Monks is a really nice idea with all the gold that these players have had and will have. And green going to snipe one of the Trebs at least. And here come the Boyars to meet the Paladins. Castle down here for Maesty. Market's going down for Maesty. Ooh, if he loses all the markets, trade will stop. Random green trade card coming through is kind of comical. Green's still alive, but who's green supposed to trade with now? There's no Gaia market in the north anymore. Ah, blue is going to build one, though. Ah, interesting. Do you guys think it's a good idea for blue to turn on Maesty right now? Because the only trade that Maesty has is through blue. It may actually be a good a good time for it if he wants to beat Macy. Because Macy's distracted. Macy's already battling green. Green has been kind of hard to kill. Oh, and green is killed. Okay, teal gets the kill. Teal gets the snipe that maybe teal wanted earlier so badly with orange. And M-Chill is out of the game. Okay. There will be an explosion, of course. It won't affect anybody that's still left in the game. And stockpiles are at the bottom left, if you're curious. And I'll check prices here in a second, right after the explosion. Actually, I want to see, like, overall prices now. 2,200 gold to buy 100 wood. 1,200 gold to buy 100 stone. 1,700 gold to buy 100 food. Crazy. The main trade routes through the middle, which red controls. Red could, like, I guess you don't want to turn on some of these people, but red could definitely turn. Macy, where's that trade going for Macy? Where is that? What's the trade count for Macy right now? It's down to 46. That's bad, man. And so Macy says, attention, everyone other than blue. I think he's going to announce the Relic thing. He says, Relic win incoming. Ah, because he's allied with him. Prepare to attack him. Yeah, so you can see your allies building foundations. And we're going to see now, as blue says to me, T90, we will try Relic victory now. Let's see if this actually works, guys. Relic and Wonder Victory is on. There's no relics on the map, but if you're Armenians, you can build a fortified church and get one relic. He didn't continue to build it. Macy's been looking for this for a long time. JJ is confused. He's like, there's been relics? What? And Macy says he's Armenians. And there it is! There it is! Wow, amazing. I mean, that's so sick from Blue that he waited. Because if he did it earlier in the game, he would have been stomped. And now, it's so sick that Macy knew that this could potentially happen and mentioned it like an hour ago. Macy then noticed it ahead of time. They're all going to turn here, and in 340 years, this madness could end. Oh, God, losing the houses would be so painful. That's so much wood. And anyways, I think everyone's going to gang up on Blue, and I think Blue expected this. Macy did the right thing to let people know ahead of time. This is going to get interesting. 330-year countdown for Blue. And then, remember what Macy said, though. Macy said Macy wants this relic. So Macy doesn't just want to stop Blue. There's now a relic on the map, on a relicless map. And if the, you know, if someone else can get that later, the victory could be theirs. Now, Blue, if you do this, you need to be prepared to turn on everyone. And there we go. There's the elite composite bowman. And those... yeah, those champions are not going to do too much. Also, are those bombard towers behind the castles? What? Blue's got 20 bombard towers, and he's built them all behind the castles. This is a new meta from Regicide Rumble, guys. Is building towers behind the castles. And the king is in one of them. And you cannot see it. Again, this is sick. I mean, guys, we've done these games for years. Ever since Kingston did it, more people have been doing it. We had it in Regicide Rumble, and now we have it today. All of Purple's trade is gone. Macy is trading over to Red. Red is a really important player. Dude, if I was Blue, I'd be like, hey, Red, what's your PayPal and how much money for you to just turn on the others right now? Oh, wait, Purple's trade is dying to Red as well. Oh, Purple's cooked then. Red says, I can help, but I need wood for bombards. Let me take out the castles. And Macy says, I have no wood. I mean, in this game, 350 wood is a lot of wood, but still. And Teal's going to buy. Look at these prices. Look at this economy, guys. Look at it. Look at how much Teal just spent. Spent like 20k gold for 1,000 wood. Crazy prices. Yellow. Army here. No advancement. And converting blue's houses is actually a weakness for blue, but also not really. Because blue's got lots of castles. Trade still running there. Trade still running there. 280 years. I don't think blue will be pop capped at all. But converting the houses is always nice. So here come the Trebs. The monastery is actually not that far away. I think blue's fortified the right side more so because of that's where Macy was coming from. Or where he thought Macy would come from. Macy's coming from the left. Kind of want to check prices again. Yeah, so it's 2,300 gold to buy some wood. I mean, wood's going to be really costly for the siege, right? Like, if you lose siege at this point, good luck making more of it. I'm not convinced that Elite Composite Bowman is good enough here. Like, you can't do anything about the Trebs anyways, unless the Trebs move out from Purple's castle. Monks are also really good value here because you're usually going to have some more golden come. So you get conversions that the unit you convert is kind of a distraction, and then the Boyars engage, and we'll see how many more units blue can make. Blue's got a lot more units in queue, which is the key. But 260 years remaining. And let's see if Macy can do it. I think if you take out this castle, you could take out the fortified church, and you don't actually need to go for anything else. Blue has no support. No unit other than this in the plans. And even though the composite bowman ignores armor, it still is very low attack. And it's up against a lot of units that do a lot more damage here. Heresy just completed. I mean, I guess it's kind of worth it if you have the gold at this point to get that. Again, I think Purple's castle is really valuable here. Purple's castle has offered a lot of cover fire. But once that castle's no longer, you know, ranging any of this, things change. And blue has tons more units in queue. Man, I wish that monastery was more towards the corner. Blue's going to lose this because the monastery wasn't closer to the corner. It's crazy. I could be wrong, of course, but it feels like it. Literally, just like a little closer here to Gray's Market and everything's fine. But the location, I mean, and really smart from Macy to come from this direction. But the location's an issue. Now, hold on, hold on, hold on. Blue can make more. Macy cannot make more. Macy needs to click those Trebs onto the monastery now. It needs to be now. You better bring Vills here, Blue. You better bring the Vills and get ready for the repairs. This is crazy. Blue will definitely hold. Meanwhile, red is attacking purple and might kill purple in that corner. There we go. There we go. He's going for the relic. He's going for the relic. Blue could have done it. The monastery location is going to eject the relic. I think. Ah! Oh, man, that was so close. He repairs it, but it's gonna have to restart. And meanwhile, purple's on the run. Now, this is already bad for purple. Hold on a second. Does a king explosion destroy relics? I'm just saying. Maybe if purple dies in this corner, blue won't be able to win like this. Well played, blue. Blue respects. I mean, that was a really nice play there from Macy. It was just the area he pushed from was so good. Blue's going to be so upset about the relic location. Obviously, is going to try this again. King for purple goes inside Macy's castle. I swear to God, if Macy realizes that, Macy is going to set the rally point for his castle in the blue's base and eject the king. Purple's a little upset by what just happened. Purple says, red, why snipe me when it's all versus blue? Well, JJ, it seems that you have a very short memory, my friend. Why attack red earlier? That's your answer. Red was upset because of what you did earlier. That's as simple as it gets. It is true, obviously, when someone gets a relic victory, typically people make their move, but... All right, Blue, what are we doing? Are we going to put it right back in the monastery? Okay, same monastery location. Got it. Well, doesn't have any wood. To be fair, that's like 6k gold spent on a new monastery location if you had to. So countdown starts again. Let's check trade. Teal has 135 trade, which is the most. Macy has 100 again. Macy's mainly making monks right now, which is not ideal, but it's something. Blue is 113 and is still trading. They really need to try and get a castle in that trade or army in the trade. Could even convert the trade. Yeah, they're really like stuck. Now, I think blue can do this. I think blue should have won the game already with a slightly different monastery location. They would not have had a follow-up push. The only way they could have stopped blue was with a king suicide. Now, Macy's going to be going monks against a player who has heresy, which is not ideal. Blue should probably just go into the trade route with some composite bowmen and kill as much of the trade as possible here. And Teal says, Red, you should help us against blue. Yeah, because blue's going to win, but then Red's like, well, you guys didn't help me earlier, so I can kind of see where Red's at. Red says, aight. Red's like, oh, now you guys want to fight? Like, you guys were all talking a big game earlier and nobody helped me. Aight. Military count's crazy for blue. It's also crazy for purple. Also crazy for teal. So, I mean, if they all combine their efforts and attack at the same time, they could make something happen here. Yeah, red could be killing blue's trade, and that may happen soon. Like, that's the key. You can't forget about that. Trade is key. Like, right now, Macy should not be pushing the relic. Macy should be in the trade first, in my opinion. But there's a relic to think about. And Macy says, let me know when you guys go, and I'll attack at the same time. Critton, thanks for the 28 months. Says, how about a last-minute teal sacrifice? This is a little late. Yeah, I mean, I think it might come down to that. If blue's about to win, teal should YOLO the king in here. But you can't do it with 5 years left. You got to do it with like 15 because there's a king cooldown. So it's a lot of army coming. Can blue do this on his own? There's random champions in the trade. That's going to take some time. Update on any recent market events. Blue just bought more wood for 4,000 golds. He'll just spend 4,000 gold to buy 200 food. That's a lot of boyar. Blue doesn't have any more unit. Blue does have some castles queued up, but not all of them. So blue needs to fall back to the castles. You need to use your castles to get kills here. There's no reason to be out here, in my opinion. Even if you're eating the boyars, you got to use the castles as weapons here. Monks are going to get conversions. The units will simply just die. It's just Macy right now. We don't have the others here at the same time, I'm noticing. And blue, use your castles, man. Use your castles. Teal's not here yet. Teal could come in. Still activity around the trade. I'm seeing, I guess, champions killing blue's trade. And JJ's allied to red again. Here's red and here's JJ working together, settling their differences. Here's teal. Blue saw this as well. This is pretty sick. This is like a crazy last stand for blue. Mate, you set to neutral, says red. And I guess purple fixed that. So yeah, I would say, unless Trebs are firing on your castle, you do not move out with your units. Well, here you can do this. Teal is actually using the Trebs against the units. The composite bowmen have done a really good job. They've done a really solid job so far, honestly. I think the fact that he's made so many of them is obviously key. But, I mean, they're shredding some pretty solid units here. Teal's Trebs are going to have to be packed up. Yellow's Trebs might need to be packed up soon. Here comes the support from purple and from red. It's a 4v1. Grim says, why no onager? Well, right now, it is currently 2,400 gold to buy 100 wood. Any unit that costs wood from here on out, you should not be making. The difference is blue bought up like 10k wood super early, like spent 100k resources to buy wood. But guys, once blue is done with whatever unit queue is here, that's it. And I'm not seeing any more units in queue. Now, this same would apply to other people's trebs, though. So, like, losing trebs. Yet maybe blue... Is blue just gonna snipe the trebs? Blue's like, if I snipe the trebs, my monastery can't go down. Ah, it's painful. It's painful. I don't know, guys. I think maybe that's your change of strategy. Oh, wow. Look at him desperately sell. Look at how much gold he got. Look at how much gold he got for selling food. Holy crap. He sold 3,500 food, and he got 40k gold, and he could buy 2,500 wood with it. Okay, so he's back, baby. He's back just because everyone bought food this whole game as well. Dang, look at that. That's ridiculous. Wait. What just happened? He just lost control of the relic. What just happened? Huh? What? He says, okay, guys, I am dead. Well played. So he doesn't think he can hold. Okay, so he's just giving it up early so they don't kill him, maybe? That was not what I was expecting. Dude, you didn't die yet. What do you think's going to happen? They're not going to have mercy. I would have said, like, tried to make a deal. I would have said, like, guys, if I eject the relic, will you stop attacking me? Everyone else says yes, and then you eject the relic. I think ejecting the relic and then saying I'm dead is just kind of like... I don't know, it's not great. Red says he's too dangerous to be left alive. Yep, agreed. Now they're just still going to keep attacking you, and you don't have the relic victory anymore. Blue says I will help kill yellow. Yeah, but relic doesn't... Like, yellow doesn't have a relic. You do. Okay, not the best Diplo ever from blue. 135 trade cards for teal still. And teal, who's been kind of a noob all game and said so themselves earlier, says, oh, that's great. You want to help yellow attack yellow? Why don't you use your king? Yeah, that's how you could help. Explode your king. Blue says, if anyone wants the relic, you can go get it. Dude, Macy's gonna go get that relic. Macy's gonna waddle in there with one of these monks and say, don't mind if I do. Macy wants that relic. I think they should... I think they should continue to kill blue. It is baffling to me that blue ejected that relic. Like, I think he thinks he would have gotten some mercy there and now is trying to like, negotiate. But you have no power to negotiate here because you now have no relic. At least, you know, in a monastery. How did Orange get 100k gold? Dead player trade still runs, so that's how. It always runs when a player's dead. Oh god, these are expensive trebs to lose. That's painful. I'm not convinced that blue couldn't still have that thing in his monastery right now and still be close. I'm not sure though. Prices are still ridiculous. They only get worse here and trade nothing. And blue's still trying to convince teal to be friends. Teal's his friend? Question mark. I don't think teal considers blue a friend. Macy's monk micro is fine. How are you supposed to accurately micro monks when there's 53 of them? It's fine. Teal says, why did you relic victory if we were friends, you fool? If you were a true friend, you would have given me that relic. Crazy what this game has turned into. I am getting... I'm a little bothered by what happened there with that relic. Anybody else? It's because they still haven't made a lot of progress here. Now, maybe they backed up a little bit because there's no urgency now. So that's something we have to consider. Oh, God. Oh, God. Blue's getting shredded. Honestly, that could be a big part of it. But would be interesting to see what blue does with this. It may be a kiss of death to take this relic now. I think from here, blue will be killed off, and there will be no more blue, and there will be a relic in the corner, and that is it. And, oh! Guys, teal can win this game. Or, I don't know, red can win this game. Schlumpf, realizing he's going to die, is going to make a run for it. Does he have the gold for treason? He does. Macy's actually walling this. I don't know if Macy's paying attention to this. But if he notices, he could, like, quick gate it in the last couple seconds. Now, purple's king is in Macy's castle. Macy's king is in Macy's castle. And blue says, fine, you want to ruin my little relic dream? I've got no choice. They don't want to ally me anyways. Now, where does he die? Where does he die? He dies there. Macy will survive this. Purple will not. If purple does not realize, Macy will survive this. Macy is just far enough away. Purple is running. I think Macy is trying to run with his king, though. So he actually sent purple out as well. Purple could maybe survive because of this. It's going to be super close. And Macy says, rip in my base. And purple survives. Wow, and blue can't believe it. Macy just drops an owie, and purple has no clue what just happened. Okay, so, you know, obviously that was an owie. There's a relic here, guys. Purple hasn't remembered where that king is for a long time. What's purple's trade count at? 28. Yeah, I mean, purple's got champions and nothing else. And, like, I keep going back to it. It's just trade count, trade count, trade count. And Macy's still got 97 trade cards. Red's got 93. The relic's still there. They're going to maybe make a play on red now. The relic's actually the most interesting aspect of this game for me. Can you imagine if red just rolls into town and kills purple's king right now? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Macy's going to try and save him. Ah! Purple, realize. Purple's dead. Macy needs to run. Macy needs to run. Macy needs to get out of here. Purple's dead. Macy noticed. Macy can't believe this. And Macy's gonna lose his castles, his monasteries. He could lose his king if he doesn't keep running. I mean, you can't be exactly sure what the radius looks like. And Macy has no base anymore. He is still alive. Red gets revenge, dude. And now red turns on he turns on Macy. And he says, teal now, kill yellow, get treason. So he's like, come on, this is our opportunity. We should be able to do this. And all right, are they going to be able to get him? I mean, Macy was always going to be the favorite. Can Macy still play this game? Does he have buildings? I think Macy might be going to kill red right now. Macy might think he's dead. He knows that red's over there. And he's escorting his king. Now, hold on. He sees the show tells. Red continues to search to kill Macy. We're going to have a nice little block here. Okay, he might need to loop. Red still doesn't know exactly where it is. There's treason again. Red's going for it again. Oh, God! This is so close! He saves it! He saves it! Red, if you want to kill this guy, He might die, but he might kill you too. Hold on, we got a TC from Macy, though. I think he might want to keep this thing alive. Red signaling it again. Meanwhile, Teal is coming over as well. The Red can't believe it. He's like, Teal, please, we can do it. And Macy, this is Macy's final villager. Final villager for Macy. Apparently, it's 77 trade carts. And I think a lot of that's going to die to Red's castle. And 1 villager. Well, then Macy's dead. Macy can't win this game. Teal actually turns on Red. Red turns on Teal. So wait, now everyone's going to hate each other? No, guys. That means all the trade's going to die. You guys aren't going to be able to afford to kill each other now. And we're going to be here for the next 8 years. Okay, well, hold on. Teal's bringing in... Teal's actually teaming with Macy. They're going to try and make a run for Red. The trade counts are just going way down. Now, hold on. Teal... Yeah, Teal's definitely going to lose the trade. Red might actually still be able to trade, though. Yeah, Red could still trade. Red might not survive. But Red could still trade. There's still a Relic that everyone's forgotten about. And, well, Red is in one of these castles. Red is going to make a run for it. Might need to make a run to the other corner right now. Because Red doesn't have an army to compete with this. That would be the trade corner, obviously. Oh my god. Just watch the gold workers just go down and down and down and down and down. Except for Red. So, and that's just because there's no castle in Red's trade route. They could always get units over there. So, Red says Kingmaker. Macy says, to be fair, Teal is kind of the decider. And Teal wants to keep Yellow in this to take care of Red. Red is the bigger threat right now. I understand, like, Yellow's score is high. But, like, Yellow's... Well, hold on. Yellow's going to trade with Teal. That gives Teal a lot of power. But Yellow back on the trade is kind of good to know. Red is nothing. Well, Red is more trade. But, yeah, Red doesn't have a lot. It's true. But, I mean, Macy... If Macy and... Yeah, Macy realizes Red's trading through the middle. Could maybe kill that. Teal and Yellow can be together. And then this might end up being like a 1v1 between Macy and Leckerfeet's in here. Which... I don't know. I guess it favors Macy. Yeah. Macy's got way more food. Yeah, Macy is... Teal maybe couldn't have killed Macy in the first place. We don't really know. But yeah, Macy's still in a good spot. There's the stockpile. So, like, remember, there's no farm. So having 3k food is insane. And having 18k gold is insane, too. Gray and blue died with a lot of resources. No one has made a move for the Relic, which would obviously change things. Red is stuck in the corner. I think Red may use the king to boom somebody. Red really wanted to kill Macy. But Macy's never going to let you explode. Like, at this point, there's not many distractions. So Macy's never going to let you boom him. He would always run away. At least, I could be wrong, but... Guys, that was so sick that Red went in and killed Purple. Can we please salute that moment? That was crazy awareness from Red. I mean, Red obviously has been through a lot this game. And I was thinking it would be the ideal if it happened. And then he just came in out of nowhere. Okay. Big push on Red. Red cannot stop this. Anki, thanks for the 500 bits. Anki, I believe, was JJ. So he says, don't salute. He's not happy. There goes the king. There goes the king. The king will die. The king cannot escape a Woad Raider. If this is Regicide Rumble, they'd be fighting for the money. But here they fight for glory. And Red says, no! And dies. Okay, just be very careful where you move your units here, Macy. Macy says, how do you want to settle this? Macy, don't lose 50 monks. Please don't lose 50 monks. Get out of here. Run, 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 run. Explosion will happen. Teal says, whatever you want, you're amazing. And we'll see what they choose to do. Again, I think from this position, it's been a crazy game. Teal probably can't believe to be here second place. Macy says, I'm sending my king over to reside in your castle. And Teal just drops a heart, and Macy drops a heart, and... Oh, God. Does this become a love story now? Dominate the world economy and then fall in love and retire and spend all your riches to get it? What? You want blood? We demand blood! No kissing? Ew! I mean, it doesn't really... At this point, I think Macy would kill him. I still would respect Teal if Teal just turns on Macy the second Macy enters. Like, lock the gate, and then Macy can never leave. But let's see. Oh, there's a greeting party. And Teal says, I salute you. I feel like Teal is going to salute with arrows. And Yellow says, GG, Teal, really well played, smiley face. And, Yellow deletes the king. Yellow would rather die than live on with this dirty Celt player. I'm kidding. GG. Oh my god, what a mistake this game was. What a mistake this game was. Man, I mean, I wanted to try it. But it felt very painful. I really give them a lot of respect for how they play this. This is like so difficult. It did feel like I realized as we were midway through that like you were not incentivized to attack at all, right? Like in normal games when you're trading with someone, you're not incentivized to attack them. But like it's not like your wood economy or your food economy or your villager economy depends on the trade. It's simply gold. So you can bank up like tons of gold and 50k gold means something and then you can turn on people eventually. But here it was like if you needed food, you bought it. If you needed wood, you bought it. And the prices were just absolutely insane. It ended at 2,504 gold to buy 100 wood. So you would need to spend 5,000 gold to build one single stable. And a house, I guess, if we're being accurate. 1,200 gold for 100 stone. 1,784 for 100 food. And obviously, like, think of the units they made. It cost wood. It would cost gold itself. It would also cost, food. And so then, of course, castles would cost stone. And so it wasn't very easy. Now, do we have any stats on trade carts here? Does it show that with the economy count? You can see the trade profit. Blue played amazing. I think Blue played amazing, but Blue just really had the monastery location as the core mistake. I think Blue could have won this game a long time ago. It's a bit of a shame, but I did like the dynamic between Blue and Yellow. They were feeling each other out. They kind of knew that they would both be the top two. Blue was well aware that maybe the Relic victory could be possible. Yellow called out to us. Schlump, you're going to hear this now. Yellow said, I'm pretty sure Blue is going to go for the Relic, and we're going to wait for it. So, anyways, 500,000 in trade profits, not something you see every day. I did want to see, at least with Vil count, you can see... Oh, dude, check this out. Okay, so total Vil count throughout the game. Is this accurate? This is so much lower than I was expecting for some reason. Look at this. The highest villager count in that whole 3-hour game was 24 villagers for M-Chill. Highest max was 22. You pretty much just used villagers. Some people had farmers, but you pretty much just used them to build stuff. That was it. Look at the trade, though, guys. Maesty had 325 total trade cards that game. Red had 284 total trade cards that game. Teal had 150, 180, 218. Like, trade was important, which, you know, makes sense when the map is called Trade Nothing. So I don't know what Masty was doing here. Is that when Masty started to click monks? Probably. Anyways, I hope people had fun with that. It certainly changed the rules. It changed the game. Teal had 4 villagers that game. Teal won the game with 4 villagers that game. What in the world? It was something special. It was something different, and I like to test the boundaries of the game every now and then. I thought that this would maybe be a little bit faster because of the the potential for king snipes, but I think it ended up being just as long as the early version. So it turns out if you eliminate all resources in the game and only have it be trade, it's going to take some time. So GG everybody.